Now for my dad's presentation. I must warn you that it comes with disclosures. This presentation was developed over a month ago and may have been influenced by the combination of some red wine, some Kentucky bourbon, and a well-known medical condition known as placenta brain. It's real. It's real. I'll let you guess which of those influenced which of us. But in all seriousness, thank you to the school board, Lake Bend administration, the foundation, and others for giving us the opportunity to honor our father for this award. And also, thank you to Spring Meadows for letting some of my dad's Yahoo friends in the door tonight to also join in the celebration. If you look closely, our previous speaker is somewhere in this picture. Now, I think we should also recognize the MC for the evening, Bob Krug. Can we give him a round of applause? For those of you who didn't know, my father was the MC for this event each of the previous years. So Bob, you had some big shoes to fill, but you've been doing a great job. Now, when we asked our father how he would describe Bob's role for the evening, he said it'd be like that of the imperial golden rodent or the grand poupée. So in preparing for this presentation, we talked to our mother, and she told us that Bob was adamant that he did not want this to be a roast. So we then assumed Bob's position to be that of the king of the wet blankets, or even Captain Buzzkill. However, Bob, don't worry. Rachel did investigating. She called Bob about a month ago and found out that he actually wanted this to be a lighthearted roast. And it was, in fact, our own mother who lied to us. And Mom, this close to Mother's Day, too. Well, I'm sorry, but they asked us to do the speech. We're going to do it the way we want to. Bob, you're off the hook.
So some of you probably have met my dad for the first time with this flyer posted on your tree around 92. What this meant with the rest of you that made that sharp choice that day was that our dad was involved in our proms, our homecoming, project graduations, which also meant he chaperoned at many of our proms, homecomings, dances, project graduation. And in hindsight, Rachel and I were talking, we think it really was motivated to keep your eye on us, most likely for this guy over here, which, nice try. But one of the cooler things that we're fortunate to have had you being a part of the board was that you were able to give each of us our diploma upon graduation, so that was awesome. Other activities that you were involved in while being on the board were a part of spearheading events like this today that we're all enjoying, which we think, in fact, was perhaps probably your idea. It was a great idea. But outside of being on the school board and being involved with all the activities and being so dedicated to our community, Dad did have a life outside of it. And with that, balance was important to him. Our dad lives by the motto, live hard, work hard, play hard. And with that, he ended up showing sorry, I got his eyesight, not his public speaking skills. Life balance was important to him. Growing up, our dad lived with the model, work hard, play hard. When he wasn't teaching, juggling between side jobs, attending school board meetings, folding clothes for our mother, or running back and forth to BG's every day. He made sure that he was a father first. As Dick had mentioned earlier, he loved to ski. Among the other activities he had us involved in, it was important for him to get us to learn to swim and ski at a very early age. Countless hours of patience were tested circling around the lake, some 1,800 times, and until we finally made it out of the water. And then once we had learned, he made sure that everyone else in the neighborhood had it figured out as well. Also, as many of you can attest to, and the events similar as tonight, our dad is party planner. And also, as Dick had mentioned, in 2001, he went onto the internet to search for his buddies that he had served the country with in Vietnam. What started as just 17 guys had grown to an upwards of 100 cavalry troops and their families being honored each year. Our dad makes it an event. He has an impressive lineup of celebrities, including Elvis, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, and Marilyn Monroe is actually going to be coming this year. So when not raining in the masses, there is also other important events that our dad cherishes very dearly. And this event happens every Sunday evening. Every Sunday evening like clockwork, 6:30. It's a standing event that major holiday celebrations, birthdays, vacations, flight schedules, all are revolved around this activity. Even snowstorms have not interfered with these boys getting together and chipping away at our inheritance. Never failing to leave 5 hours later with $4 to $7 in their pocket.
And that reminds me, Greg Dean, did you walk here tonight? Oh, sorry. All right, you guys, do not get that racket confused because my dad's not a racquetball player. He plays handball. For the last 30 years, 2 times a week, he's traveled to the Flint YMCA and has played some serious handball. And in fact, 12 of his buddies have actually made the trip here tonight to support him, and I believe they're standing back there. At the tender age of 53 years young, my dad's like, you know what? I think I'm going to try racing sports cars. Why not? So he actually built this Cobra himself and raced it, and now he helps other people build cars. As what was mentioned earlier, my dad's a pilot. Some of you may have seen him scaling the airways. And some of you, if you're lucky enough, might even get an aerial photo of your home for Christmas this year. This is a photo of my dad scuba diving, and he is a world traveler. He's actually visited over 40 countries, and if the opportunity is there to scuba dive, he is going to take it. He's actually been on over 50 shipwrecks in the Great Lakes alone. Pretty cool. All right, now if I look around this room, I'm sure all of you guys have your own set of dad quotes, but all of ours revolve around fun because that seemed to be the motto of our entire life. First one is, hey, fun seekers! Second one, are we having fun yet? Are we? You never outgrow your need to be a kid. I think he's proven that in the race car picture. And show me happy. One quote that I did not put up here, but I hear it on a regular basis to this day, and so do these two, and that is, don't do anything stupid. At the end of every single phone call, and at the end of every single time I see him, he leaves me with that quote, and he may have left it with me about 10 minutes ago. Dad, thank you so much for giving me the respect to always make my own choices. Thank you so much for being there for me when some of those choices were not my best ones. You, and most of all, thank you for helping me realize how beautiful life is. You are my role model, and I love you.
And thank you, Dad, for teaching us to never sweat the small stuff. To always find humor in any situation. There were a couple of tough situations, and I think a lot of you guys know that our dad has an archive of jokes that's always ready to deliver on hand. Whether you've heard it a million times over or you don't even understand it or get it, the way that he has the capability of putting himself into hysterics on his own joke makes it hilarious enough in itself. We were a witness to that just last night. But thank you, Dad, for always encouraging us to follow our dreams and giving us the opportunities to do so. Very proud to call you our father and love you.
Believe it or not, my dad is not an easy guy to roast. He is the perfect example of living the American dream. For those of you who knew him 50 years ago, as Dick Bechtel stated, you might be surprised to hear that he later became the president of the school board, or would even be receiving this honor tonight. But by simply working hard and doing the right thing, he has been able to accomplish all of his goals. He was, in fact, the right choice for the school board. Being both a father with children in the school system and an educator himself, he was able to approach the job from different angles. During his tenure on the board, I know that there were some decisions he had to make that were not that easy, but they were always the right ones. He wanted to create a school system that gave all the students an equal opportunity, where they could enjoy going to school. And because of that, I know he was a father and a role model to not only me and my sisters, but many other students in the community. So yes, Dad, while you may have invented this award, you do deserve the honor. And all of us thank you for your hard work and your ability to always do the right thing. So we're almost done here. In 2004, my dad resigned from the school board, a time that was felt to be much too short by some and much, much overdue by others. But never fear, because tonight I give you my dad jumping head first into the 2016 candidacy for President of the United States. Good luck, Hillary.
I told you it was unclassified, and then said